council meeting in order. Please rise and pledge allegiance to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Nelson?
Yes.
Knapp?
Yep.
Donlin?
Yes.
Goodchild?
Yes.
Wick?
Yes. Motion to approve the agenda.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, welcome everybody in the chamber and on TV. As you can see, I'm not Dick. I'm going to act like Dick, except I'm going to be a lot quicker. So if you want to say something, get up and say your piece. Otherwise, we're going to move on without you. So, chamber, Swiss Squeeze Centennial Funds update, Mr. Rich.
On the way to spend it.
Good afternoon. I just wanted to give you an update on some of the plans that we have for the sesquicentennial funds that were left over. We have two projects that we're working on. One is in conjunction with Lamar's Art Center. We have created a request for proposal for a mural to go on the back wall of the Olson Center, the north wall that faces into the new parking lot there where tour buses will be parking. So we've sent out a request for proposal that to their mailing list and local artists and also some other regional artists about creating a mural that captures the spirit of Lamar's, our history, our tourism business, and some of the historical events that tied in with our 150-year history. So that has gone out. The deadline is 1st of February, so we're hoping to get some in here shortly. What we set aside for that, what we proposed in the RFP is an $8,000 fee for the artists, cover their fees and their expenses. They'll be providing all their own supplies, but we will probably have to prime the back of the wall for them, but then after that it's their expense, but the $8,000 fee we figure will sufficiently cover that for them. The other project we're looking at is, you'll notice during the Sesquicentennial on the downtown stores, we have the pictures, the window clings that we put up during the Sesquicentennial with pictures of the building as it was 100 and some or so more years ago. What we decided, we would turn those into a more permanent plaque. This is what we have come up with. Follows the design of our historic district and our You Are Here type maps, same color in that. We've got a list of, I think, 110 downtown businesses that we'll start with. The signs will be aluminum, similar in weight, but about this size, smaller than the historic district signs that we have out there. The cost for these, and these will be produced by Iowa Prison Industries. We've got a proposal back from them. It's about $35 a sign for them to create that. So we will start with our downtown businesses and get their owner's approval. We submitted an owner's acceptance and approval form to our city lawyer for review, and so we will be contacting all of the property owners, get their approval and their sign off on installing this. It'll be installed on the front walls of the building, brick buildings. It'll be screwed into the mortar so it doesn't damage any of the bricks, similar to what we've done with all of the alley art that's been mounted on the back walls. So those are the two projects that we are pursuing right now. Wanted to give you folks an update, see if you had any questions or comments on that.
Sounds great.
Any questions? Rich?
Thank you.
Sounds good, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Second, is any citizens in the audience that have any comments that are not on the agenda?
I'll just give a quick update on some of this snow removal stuff. I guess number one, about around 10 days ago or so, we had a couple inches of snow, and I was getting some complaints, so I did canvass the town at that time and came up with right at, I didn't count them, but there's right at 100 addresses that I was going to mail out letters to. Well, I couldn't justify mailing them out certified mail for the legal process of doing things, because that's $4 a shot. So I sent like 100 courtesy notices out to people at regular mail, and then that was prior to the blizzard. Today I was finally able to get out and recanvass the town, and a good majority of those that were on that first list are now off, but there's still a few that are. but I still probably have about 30 or so abatement letters that I'm gonna be preparing today and hopefully get out by tomorrow for sure, which I do give them still days to get it cleaned up, otherwise we have a contractor go do it. So, and then for those viewing on TV, I guess just a reminder to the businesses that have large parking lots to clear. My street superintendent did contact me on Saturday during the blizzard and stuff, saying that there are still some businesses that are pushing a portion of their parking lot snow into the street, and therefore the city has to move it, and they can't be doing that. I did contact those businesses to make sure that their independent contractors are keeping it within the confines of their property and getting it hauled out. So anyway, that's all I got. I just wanted to give you a quick update on the snow removal process from my end. So. And for the viewing public, you've got 48 hours basically after the snow stops to get the sidewalks cleared. So thanks.
I can't believe anybody would push some of this wonderful snow into the street when it doesn't fit in their own parking lot.
Well, I mean, just so they all know, is that we've always allowed the downtown businesses to do their sidewalks
Sidewalks.
in the street, because there's no other place for them to put that.
Yep.
There's still issues with that. We wish they would do it a specific way also. Some are having a tendency to take that sidewalk snow and blow it as far as they can into the street. We would prefer it just be pushed into the parking, because then we can come back and get it all at once. But so we still allow that, the sidewalk stuff, but you can't take a private business parking lot, dump it in the street. That's what Greg is referring to.
Yeah, I mentioned the alleys are the same problem. Contractor takes mine out, went down the alley and pushed it all back out of it, but they plugged it all back up after the city had been through there, so it's a problem.
And if you wanna look for some snow because you don't have any, you can go out to TCC concrete and you can see piles sitting out there.
Yep.
Mountains. In fact, so many mountains, we had to actually use a front end loader to lift it up so we could make the mountains higher.
Made me wonder where that's gonna drain.
It sometimes takes quite a while. Last year it was like May before it was actually fully gone. But they're okay with it, so they're very nice with us, they're dealing with it, and we're dealing with it. Anybody else, citizen, that has a question in the audience? Okay, we'll go thumbs up. Mike?
I think I'll take the liberty, since I'm the new guy and don't know what the protocols are for thumbs up, whether you can do a personal one or not, but when it's your spouse's special birthday today. I wanted to publicly wish you a happy birthday, and we'll have a nice dinner tonight. Thumbs up, Patty.
Sounds good. Anything?
No.
Yeah, I can honestly tell you, Michael, that that's the way I look at it. Thumbs up are individual things. I've done ones for my mother, my wife, so it's perfectly acceptable because this is not a protocol item. It's not even in the Iowa code. We just do it because there's so many negative things in the world that every once in a while somebody has to smile and realize that we're doing some things that are good. And obviously, if she put up with you for all these years, boy, she's a wonderful person.
Just to turn up the heat on my own self one more notch, I told my daughter this morning that at least I got her a card, but it was a Medicare card. I'm not saying anything else.
I think we better go to Ken.
Compliments to the fire department, ambulance department, they kept rolling all through the snow and had a little house fire yesterday, so those guys are still doing their job. That's all I have.
And in the street department, they did a great job. It was A snowstorm weekend, and we are back up and running again by Monday morning, and everybody was able to get around, so.
Okay, we're gonna move to the consent items. There are 3 consent items. Approval of the regular minutes of the January 7th meeting, list of bills, and monthly financial statements. Anybody got any issues on any of those 3 items?
Motion to approve consent items 1, 2, 3.
Second.
I got a motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Okay, so now we're moving on to Morrow properties. Morrow properties, a request for assistance. Council previously approved a request from Morrow Properties to build their first set of units, and now they're adding on the second set of units, and that cost is also included. And the state has decided that if they put the 2 projects together, they can get a bigger tax credit out of the deal. Neil Adler and myself and Hugh Morrow have been working with the state on the deal. And they say they're going to accept it as long as the council accepts putting the 2 projects together. It has no effect for the city of Mars. It just has to have the same exemption that was offered to the first building. So anybody got any questions? Otherwise, we need a resolution.
Jason, did you raise your hand? I mean, did you have a comment? Okay, I thought,
Unless
I
you
thought
need
I
to
saw
ask
you.
me a question.
No, I thought I saw you.
No, yeah, Rex explained it. I mean, we already have, this is, with all those applications, this isn't the first one. We've done numerous ones, but they always require a local match. And our match, the city's match, has always been what we've had in place, which is our 100% 7-year tax exemption. So Rex is correct, is we're just upping our, that's all that's changed, is that total of estimated tax exemption, because that's all it is. So that's all I have.
So we have a motion.
I make motion to adopt resolution number 20-1, amending resolution number 1734, approving workforce housing and incentive program application to the Iowa Economic Development Authority for the construction of multi-family housing units by Morrow Lynn properties.
Second to the motion.
Got a motion and a second to adopt resolution 20-1. And for Mr. Donovan's case, we start with new numbers and 2 digits every year. So this is the first resolution.
How exciting.
Isn't that neat? Then we can figure out, see, now we're amending 1734, which was halfway through 2017. And then we can actually remember what we did. Approving the workforce incentive program application to the Iowa Economic Development Authority for the construction of multifamily housing units by Morrow Properties LLC. Please call the roll.
Donlin?
Yes.
Goodchild?
Yes.
Knapp?
Yep.
Wicks?
Yes.
Miller?
Yes.
Motion passed. Second item from the agenda is the Plywood Trail Stage 1B Engineering Agreement. That's on the council package is the agreement for engineering services with the Corps of Engineering to get the Plywood Trail Stage 1B to final plans and specifications. Stage 1B is within the Morrow city limits and will be connected to the south end of Stage 1 to the trailhead. There it shows the trailhead attached. Administration recommends council approve the agreement. The city will pay McClure invoices And the Plywood Trail Executive Committee will reimburse the city fully. Questions?
This falls under that agreement that the city of Lamar's has with Morrow, as well as Hinton. Those are already executed agreements. That we, city of Lamar's would ensure that any portion of the trail would get built within their city limits. So it falls under those agreements, the construction of it. And this is just like, I think we did the last one in November, I think was the last time McClure was here to.
I think we do ones like this about every 3 or 4 months.
It seems like.
This is like number 6 for
But,
the engineering.
yeah, the one in November was in agreement with McClure Engineering to do the final design of the Lamar's to Merrill stretch. So this distance, I measured it, but I didn't write it down on the sheet. I think it comes out to 1,100 feet maybe from the north end of their corporate limits of Merrill to this trailhead. And everybody understand where that's at? That if there's a radio tower, I think, back there now. And that's where that parking lot will go. This trail would go on top of what is now, I believe, a berm that goes just on the north side there.
Any questions by anybody?
What number are we looking at? Back here, are we looking at just the engineering cost on that?
32,700.
I'll just be very brief. I've never hidden my thoughts on this trail. I think overall, the whole concept is really good. I supported Lamar's being the spearhead of a complete concept so that the concept from North Sioux City to Lamar's actually stayed constant. But that's where my support stops. I stop at the north edge of Morrow. So that's where Lamar's needs to seriously evaluate our participation in it, and where, in this case, Merrill needs to take over. So, I don't understand why Lamar's needs to be the driving force anymore after that, the final plat we did in November, which is the north edge of Merrill. I think that's where Lamar's needs to bow out. And I don't understand the logic of that not happening. So.
Well, part of the logic is that when they apply for grants, they have to have one name on there, and that we have agreed to put our name down on that, so that they can process grants, whether it be state, federal, or whatever else is available.
I took some encouragement from the fact that the Betterment Foundation that had done a lot of that initial stuff to get this ball rolling is not part of funding this. The Plywood Trail Group and the funds they have raised are going to be devoted to that. The Betterment Foundation wants to keep some of its financial powder dry for actual construction of what you just described. So at least it's not money coming from this zip code.
Sure.
And you gotta have a trailhead, even if nothing else happens in this thing. You've gotta have a place to park your car and start your ride somewhere.
Sure. Sure.
Motion to approve the agreement for the engineering services of Plywood Trail Stage 1B with McClure Engineering at the cost of $32,700.
We have a second?
Yes.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
And the motion passed. Okay. We're going to go with the discussion items in the order listed. So we're going to start with the council. Mr. Donald, anything?
No, I don't have
Anything?
I had one item, but now I have three. Grass and snow notices. Mike, is there any way that we can, Greg's got a problem I mean, the city has a problem. If it snows, it takes 2 days to legally notify Clark he didn't clean his sidewalks off right. By the time it gets to me, blah, 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 it's a week later, the snow's melted or whatever. And I understand that. Same with grass, okay? You got 6-inch grass, he sends a notice, 2 weeks later, you could actually enforce it. Is there a way to expedite this on some of these temporary violations so that people can't be, jerking our chain?
The answer is we have to follow our ordinance. We have to give property owners due process. Greg could speak on this more, but for a size of our town, we have a problem, but it's very small.
Okay.
For the most part, I would say our town does a pretty good job.
We do quite well, I feel. Generally, and I'll use the notices that I'm gonna be sending out either today or tomorrow, because there's a process even in preparing the letter as far as all the legalities that have to be included. But in any event, I mail out a notice, whether it's snow on the sidewalks or grass. And I give them generally 3 to 4 days to get that completed. So if I'm mailing out today, knowing full well it's not even gonna hit the mail until tonight or go out tomorrow, I'll generally give them 4 to 5 days. Like, if it's not done by Monday of next week, the city will have it completed by generally hiring an independent contractor. And my letter is very clear at the lower portion of the letter. It always says, this will be the only notice you receive during this snow period of 2020 or the mowing season of 2020.
No, it covers the whole season.
So if we have to repeat
It does.
offender, we are much
We,
more.
we do not have to do it each and every
Good,
time.
good.
So then once my contractor has his proper paperwork that I give to him, he maybe put it in a notebook, city abatements.
Sure.
It's his responsibility then to, like in grass, he will check on those properties, and once they hit the 8-inch or real close to that area, he's mowing it. So once we get the ball rolling, it does very effective. It's the initial starting of it is just a very time-consuming process.
Well, as long as it's